Another sunny day in the Philippines. So I'm 4 months here already now. That's way longer than anticipated. But yeah, got stuck here, almost went broke. And so it's fucking chickens, bro. Now I have some money saved up actually, and booked a ticket back to Germany in August. So saw a cheap one. How's it going?
TikToker?
Huh?
TikToker? YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out.
Thanks. Yeah, like I found a ticket for $350, and my grandpa has his 90th birthday in August. I haven't been home for like 3 years now. I skipped every family event to focus on building my online business, and didn't want to spend money on a return ticket, also because I just didn't want to go to Europe. Honestly, the people there treated me so horribly that I had really no intention of going back to that place. Anyways, back to the title of the video. I really kind of got bored with this whole hookup culture bullshit, to be honest. So when I started traveling, I still didn't have so much experience yet and with females. So I really had this like insane obsession to like get my body count up, hook up with as many girls as I can. And that's really gone now. But I still met 2 older women that I ended up hooking up with on the same day that I met them. And it really showed me like kind of again why this kind of lifestyle really doesn't fit me anymore. So, you know, I just randomly meet these females. The first one, I met them on like a barbecue thing. And she just come and talks to me. And we have like this strong chemistry, you know, physical attraction. So we start talking. She sits next to me. I start like touching her leg like a little bit, and she kind of moves closer to me. And we were with her friends there, you know. She had this like transgender gay friends that were hitting on me, made me actually really uncomfortable. I don't know why, but like everybody's fucking gay in this country, gay or transgender or whatever. So yeah, this was the only proper female there, and she reminded me a little bit of my teacher in high school that I was like a little bit in love with. So we ended up going for a walk. So I said to her like, look, let's go on a walk. And then I just started making out with her in the street and took her home, and like I had sex with her like multiple times. And then I did something very stupid because we didn't have any more condoms. I fucked her raw and came inside of her on like literally the first day that I met her. And this is just the kind of shit that keeps on happening when you have like hookups, you know. This is where this leads. So we got her like a pill, but in the Philippines you only have relatively weak pills. They only have pills that don't reduce pregnancy's risk so much. It only reduces the risk like by 80%. But since she was 40, that risk was like 0.1% of pregnancy in that case. So it really wasn't that high. That's the good thing about older women and hooking up with them, that they have like a way lower risk of pregnancy. So you don't have this shit like you do a hookup and suddenly the girl is pregnant. Like that's usually not a scenario that you want to have happen. And yeah, that's usually not something that you want to have to deal with, right? Like this is the problem with hookups. You don't really know the person, and now they can be pregnant. Is that something you want? Probably not. So I had to live in constant anxiety until she got her period. I was like, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? But no, she wasn't pregnant. She got her period and everything was fine. However, the thing is, that this can still happen, right? And you're just playing with reality again and again and again. And I'm not sure if this is like so smart to I'm not so sure if this is so smart to do long term. Because one time, there's actually females that end up getting pregnant from hookups, and then you're left with that. So anyway, I swore to God, like, no, I'm never gonna do this again, la 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 la. Even though the sex was pretty good, it was really amazing. Then this weekend I met another one on Tinder, and she's also this 36-year-old single mom who's like really down to fuck. So I texted with her on Tinder, and I really have the seduction skills now. So I start sexualizing the conversation really strongly, because she has this like bikini picture, and I'm really not ashamed to express my like sexual feelings anymore. That's something that I teach, of course, to men as well, to become more successful with females. You always have to kind of you have to express those this nature forces, otherwise you're simply dishonest, and also it's very difficult to have sexual relationships if you're not owning your desire. So I really like kind of start sexualizing that conversation with her, and I'm like, oh my, your body's so hot, blah blah blah. So she was like, I don't know, what are you looking for? And then she just came straight to my place, like from Tinder, without any date, without nothing. So we end up hooking up again. So yeah, this is swearing to myself, I'll never do hookup culture again. Really didn't work well. But in any case, today or the day after, I feel the same stuff again. I'm like, it just this is kind of pointless to me, It doesn't make much sense to keep on engaging in this behavior again. It just distracts you like from a female that you could have like a proper long-term relationship with, right? Like you're spending your time with these girls that are probably not gonna have a future with you anyway, and you gotta ask yourself also, like, what are you doing? Like at this point in my life, I'm really like, if it doesn't add things to my life that make it better, like in 5 to 10 years, then I ask myself, like, what the hell am I even doing here? So I think this is kind of something that happens also when you start getting older, that you will just start thinking more in that manner, where it's like, okay, where does this lead me 5 to 10 years from now? And hookup culture really just brings you to this kind of like, oh, you have a single mom with an unplanned pregnancy. Is that what you want? Probably not. So why keep on engaging in that behavior? On top, I don't want to stay in the Philippines, to be honest. I just want to leave this country as fast as I can. Even though it's the best country in Southeast Asia for staying long term, in my opinion, because of the freedom that is just lacking in other Asian countries. I actually feel most comfortable here expressing myself, talking freely, also about sensitive things, politics, corruption. This, like in Thailand, if you talk about corruption from the royal family, you go to prison for the rest of your life. So I don't know what you're doing there. So it really doesn't make much sense to stay in a country, like why most people are going abroad looking for freedom, right? And if you go to these countries looking for freedom and then you find basically a dictatorship, the question is like, what are you doing there? So the Philippines, relatively free country. The World Freedom Index, which I don't even take seriously anymore, ranks the Philippines as like partially free. I think they have like 60 out of 100. In comparison, South American countries typically scale like 70, or even Argentina, I think, is up to 80 in freedom index. But this country also says that Germany is totally free, which it isn't, because this World Freedom Index will also say to you like, oh, Germany is totally free, which it isn't, because we literally had a journalist who got a police raid for criticizing Netanyahu's foreign policies and criticizing Israel. Like, Is that freedom? No. So these international indices, they're actually also undermined. This is what I don't know what's wrong with people in the Western world, like why they just have to keep lying, keep pushing propaganda. Like, we're literally the only place on the shithole planet where you could actually rely on stuff, you know? And this is gone now. Like, Germany is no longer a free country. The Germans just gave it up. You know, they were like, oh, you know what? Let's just put people in prison who disagree. Fuck it. Why? Why? I don't get it. But again, yeah, World Freedom Index keeps on ranking them free. So, Philippines, free country, easy dating, to be fair. But the question is also, what kind of females do you meet? So I find the Filipinas most attractive from Asian women. But they're also tiny. They have Asian genes. I don't want my children to be mixed race, German, Asian. That's just not something that I'm very eager to have. So I'll probably look for a wife in Latin America. I hope that in August, when I have my ticket, that I can just go back to South America, that I have some money saved up, buy a ticket back to Colombia, I think I'll go to Paraguay, get a residency there. It's tax-free, stable, safe. I also don't look forward to living under constant threat of getting robbed again in these, like, Brazil, Colombia. It's just, the question is that worth it, you know? You have these, like, free countries, but they are really not that free, because if you can't move where you want to move, then it's not freedom, right? You're actually limited in what you can do, where you can go. So there might be World Freedom Index again, this global index. We'll be like, oh yeah, Colombia is a free country. Well, if you can't go at night on the street, are you free? Not really. I don't know. So yeah, anyway, but this is why I'm probably gonna go to Paraguay and gotta settle down there, get a residency, and I'm done with Asia for good. Like, I'm gonna leave. And yeah, this is also coming back to dating. You know, you ask yourself, why are this guy's doing a hookup video and he's talking about World Freedom Index? Well, yes, because dating is also about values. So I don't value the cultural values here in the Philippines. I don't value that. It is very money focused. It's very corrupt. It's very face saving. People lie to you to make you feel good, and then you get hit in the back afterwards. It's just like shit that I'm not very eager to be connected with. And of course, if you date in the Philippines, you're gonna be confronted with that as well. So these Filipinas, they're super nice and friendly, but then you have to ask yourself, like, okay, what, what's going on later, you know? So I'm really looking for countries now that match my values of, like, integrity, stability, safety. That's just things I value. Maybe I'll find that in Paraguay. I don't know, maybe. And then look for a stable partner there. I'm done with this hookup bullshit. You know, these fucking MILFs. Yeah, okay, the sex is great with them. They're really horny. They don't care that you don't want to stick around with them. But every time I do these hookups, and I know I'm in a place where I'm not gonna stay because of the mentioned reasons that I just told you, it is just always like this back in my mind, oh, I'm wasting my time here. I'm not gonna come back to this country. I'm not gonna go live in this country. And then I think you're better off going to a country and dating there where you actually have a fit with the values, fit with the people, and you also have this woman that you can see a future with. You know, otherwise, again, ask yourself, is this something where you want to be 5 years from now? Look, if you're in your early 20s, then yes, okay, do a hookup or two, but you will see with time that long-term relationships are way more valuable. And hookups, they just bring all the shit in. STDs, unplanned pregnancies. Hookup culture for fun is really just a big scam. It's just not the truth. There's no such thing as sex without consequences. Even if you use a condom, most females don't. Most females do not use birth control these days. You still have an 85% safety rate only. So there's a 15% in a year that the woman gets pregnant. And you gotta ask yourself, are you willing to take that risk or not with a woman where you don't see a future with? Do you want this woman to get pregnant with your child? And I'm like, you know what? Actually, no. And I don't know why people are so superficial. They always ask me just like, how many women do you fuck? How much money do you make? How many... Bro, what kind of questions are those? Like, I don't even want to answer that shit anymore. This is so stupid, so shallow. You know, I've seen these digital nomads. They're 35, 45. And they're trying to compete with me with how many women they have sex with. Like... Bro, fuck you, get married, get a wife, what you doing? You feel good because you're in Asia fucking 20 women who are just there to take your money anyway? Most of this digital nomad dating culture is a scam. And they're hiding the things from you that doesn't match the narrative that they're trying to sell you. Which is usually, oh, I'm selling you better dating than in the West. Well, are you? Is it better dating if you have a pretty girl but she's just out there after your money? Is it a better dating experience if she's there just because you're white, because of the social status that you can give her? Is that really like a genuine connection that you want? Well, I don't think so. It's like, this is such a weird thing to pursue. But okay, if they want to do that, go ahead, you know, go... do that. I really don't care. And yeah, everybody's free to pursue what they want to pursue, but I value connection, authentic relationships, and I don't want a woman who's valuing me for just for status, right? I want one who values my values, who values my character, and also maybe the things that I can bring to the table, but not just this purely transactional shit. Yeah, so if you want a relationship with shared values, with something where you can see a future, then you gotta go to places where you can see yourself in that situation. That's kind of my learning there. Can I see myself living in Paraguay? Yeah, sure. Latin America? Yeah, could be. So I'm gonna go back there, find something serious. And I'm actually glad that all this happened. You know, I've been to all these countries, dated all these chicks, and now I'm pretty much set. I know what I want. I used to go on these dates with women. I'd be like, hey, yeah, let's see. I'm like, no. You know, this is just... what kind of message is this if you're a man? Like, if you're an adult man, and you go on a date with a female, and you're like, let's see... Like, what kind of... Imagine, like, what kind of message you're sending to that woman. Like, you can't even manifest to her any future even a year from now. That's just absurd. So any woman who's actually, like, committed and who wants something serious is gonna run away from you. And everybody's always complaining of females. It's like, well, if you start bringing this kind of mentality to the table, which many men do, just go ask women that, they will tell you the truth, then you'll keep having this relationship dynamic. So it really is a question, what do you bring into the world? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was just like a brief update about what was going on, and sorry that I didn't make so much content recently. It's just I'm putting a lot of work in, and people, there's just very low views. So I'm more successful on other platforms like Instagram. However, I want to go back to YouTube and make more value content here, and focus on that and actually give you like consistent things that you like watching. But it is a very tough platform. Thanks for sticking around, and see you soon.